Don't not for 1 second think that that's also not a byproduct of that dumbass CBA we signed. The second apron is a hard cap.
I think they came up with it because the Players Association, I don't think realized that putting these rules in is going to make all these teams blow up and you're basically going to be able to afford 2 or 3 guys max.
That's what people are saying about the second apron, but is that actually true? To find out, let's visualize the salary cap. You've got the salary floor, the luxury tax, and the first apron. But the second apron is here. Specifically, it's 134% of whatever the cap is. So for instance, if the cap was, let's say, $100 million, then the second apron would be $134 million. So considering all this, we can project backwards where the second apron would have been in previous seasons if it had existed. Then we can bring in the teams and see how much their salaries have fluctuated through the years relative to the cap, and the tax, and the aprons. So for example, this team in red is the Miami Heat, and you can see how if it had existed, they would have been over the second apron in 2013 and 2014, but since then they've been much lower, around the luxury tax usually. So anyways, the question I wanted to answer is, how many teams in previous seasons would have been over the second apron if it had existed? And the answer is, about 3 teams per year on average. Some seasons, like 2015, there was only 1 team in the second apron range. In 2020, there were none. Other seasons, though, it would be 3 or 4 teams. But in 2022 and 2023, it increased to 5 and then 7. But then that's when the second apron actually got introduced, and now this upcoming season, it's projected to be down again to 1, just the Cleveland Cavaliers. So, to answer the original question, is the second apron actually making teams more frugal with their salary cap compared to previous seasons? It's still early to say anything definitively, but it does seem like in the short term, the answer is yes. But in the long term, looking back at the past decade or so, the number of teams spending 134% or more of the cap is about the same. Teams have always been pretty reluctant to be that far into the tax, even before the second apron existed, because it's really expensive to be that far over the tax. In fact, some teams have never even paid the luxury tax, much less been in range of the aprons.